to evacuate stranded citizens out of Sudan.
It is 4 days in the Egyptian border. Nobody has been allowed entry, not a single person. Should we continue to amass people in that border?
Ahead of May 29th inauguration, presidential jet flown abroad for comprehensive maintenance.
Census postponement is to make incoming government part of process. National Population Commission clarifies.
Everything that we have done in terms of enumeration area demarcation for the 773 local government areas is in the life of this government.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we focus on the 2023 Workers' Day celebration.
International Workers' Day, also known as May Day or Labor Day, depending on the country that is observing. Every year on 1st of May, workers in Nigeria and across the globe take the day off to commemorate the historic struggles and gains made by workers and the labor movement. It is also a day for workers to demand better working conditions and higher wages.
You're right, Juma. In Nigeria, May Day as a public holiday was first declared by the People's Redemption Party government of Kano State in 1980. Now, it eventually became a national holiday the following year on May 1st, 1981, and that's some 42 years ago. Now, on such a day, workers converge at rallies for the traditional parade and also listen to inspiring speeches by labor leaders on workers' rights and privileges.
Now we have a new NLC president and we'll hope to hear from him this time around. And of course, leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Union Congress, TUC, and other comrades will usually use such a day to address workers on their welfare and achievements or efforts of the labour union towards improving their welfare and ameliorating their working conditions. In some other climes, it is a day for demonstration by workers demanding their rights.
Well, in Nigeria, the commemoration is not just symbolic. On May Day, workers usually look forward to commitments for improved working conditions by government at all levels, as well as private employers of labor. Now, the struggle for better wages has increasingly become a struggle for survival, as the take-home pay, it is said, can hardly now take workers home.
Indeed, and rising food inflation, hike in electricity tariffs, and general high cost of living point to the fact that the current 30,000 naira minimum wage is no longer sufficient to meet demands of everyday life and the basic needs of a typical family. The current situation of things and even the planned removal of subsidy demand a review of workers' wages to liberate them from poverty and lack.
The federal government is not unaware of the struggles of Nigerian workers, and in February this year added a peculiar allowance to the salaries of some lowly paid federal government employees. Now, though some persons see the step as commendable, the greater clamor is for harmonization of salaries and wages of workers, especially in the public service. As it stands, there are government agencies where workers earn far more than their counterparts in other agencies who work many more hours round the clock.
Indeed, like us here, it's a public holiday and we're here, and that is what is known in local palace as monkey day walk, baboon day chop. So what will the Nigerian worker be celebrating today on May 1st, and what should Nigerian workers look forward to in terms of better welfare? Now, these are issues we shall take up with our guest on Good Morning Nigeria today. I am Jumma Yusuf. Welcome you to the first edition, and a happy Workers' Day to Kingsley and all Nigerian workers out there, including Olajide Bello that is here.
Thank you very much, Jumai. My name is Kingsley Osadolo. I also like to wish Jumai happy Workers' Day, as well as all other workers out there. It's a public holiday here in Nigeria, and I welcome you to the program. We are transmitting live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority and from our headquarters studios in Abuja. In the course of the program, we'll bring you our complimentary segments. Before we bring in Olajide Bello, when you were telling me Happy Workers' Day, I remembered a boss of mine many years ago. He's late now. I passed away about 20 years. And whenever subordinates asked him occasionally, say, how are things, how is work? He normally would reply that I'm not a worker. I'm not.
What is he?
I'm not a worker. Well, we're partners of this business.
Yeah.
That is to say, he's an employer of labor, and not a worker, that he operates from the management side of things, as well as the employer side.
But it still works.
Well, it still works, but you know what work means, you know, the drudgery of it. So he says, I'm not a worker. All right, let's have the highlights of the morning news with you.
Good morning.
Workers' Day.
Good morning, Kingsley. Happy Workers' Day to you both, and happy Workers' Day to Nigerians. And here's the news. Nigerian government is exploring alternative routes to evacuate more than 5,000 Nigerians out of Sudan. This, the government says, is to ensure that her citizens caught in the crossfire in that country leave as soon as possible.
It is sad to note that so far it's been 3 days. All the Nigerians that are at that border have not been cleared yet, for reasons best known to the Egyptian government. All high-level consultations are ongoing, and I have every reason to believe that it will be positive.
The Nigerian Air Force One aircraft, also called the presidential jet, has left the country for comprehensive maintenance ahead of the May 29 inauguration of the new president. President Buhari speaks on the professionalism of the flight crew during the 8 years of his presidency.
You can see it, whether I'm flying in this aircraft or in the helicopter or in any smaller aircraft. He is the one that picks the pilots and supervises them. So really, to be fair, professionally, they've been doing their best, and their best has proved to be good enough.
The former governor of Zamfara State and Senator-elect Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar has cautioned the part of the governing APC while taking a position on election of presiding officers of the 10th National Assembly. He stated this while speaking to newsmen after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari.
On doing whatever they are going to do, they should look at how best they should do to reward performance, not religion, because the religion is not in the Constitution of Nigeria. No doubt about it. Nigeria has done what it's supposed to do to APC, and APC shall be a ruling party.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has lauded the efforts of the Nigerian workers on the occasion of this year's International Workers' Day. In a statement, Gbajabiamila said the Nigerian workers have paid their dues over the years and deserved to be celebrated always, not just on Workers' Day. Recalling the sacrifices of the Nigerian workers, Gbajabiamila said such would not go in vain, noting that they would continue to reap from their good works, as Nigeria would not have been what it is today if not for the diligence, dedication and commitment of workers at various levels. He salutes them for their invaluable contributions to the growth and development of Nigeria, even as he urged them to do more for the betterment of the country. The National Population Commission says the postponement of the 2023 population and housing census by the federal government was not due to inadequate preparation or funding challenges, but rather a decision to make the incoming government part of the process of generating the census data.
If you all be fair, this government, by the time they came, we only did one local government area of the enumeration area demarcation. Everything that we have done in terms of enumeration area demarcation for the 773 local government areas is in the life of this government. And if you look at, the government has given the census issue a topmost agenda.
The government, in its wisdom, might have thought that the conduct of the census is a process, is a means towards an end, rather than being an end in itself. And if the end in itself is to use the data for planning purposes, they may have thought that it's good for the government that will use the data both at national and state level to also be involved in the conduct of the census.
Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, cautions the opposition to stop their endless gripping over the 2023 presidential election. Lai Mohammed, in a statement, asserts that the opposition lost the election because of overconfidence and complacency, reacting to what he terms the predictable reaction to the president's comments by the opposition. Lai Mohammed explains that the president's analysis on the reasons for the opposition's loss was undeniable, and the president deserves accolades for delivering undoubtedly the best election in Nigeria's history. And those are the news highlights for now. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Jume and Kingsley after this break.
Okay, I learned about the Jeep loan through Mrs. Umar, who is the desk officer in Calabar South of the National Orientation Agency. I registered through her. Thereafter, I was shortlisted. At first, when I heard about the program, I didn't believe it. I was thinking it was a scam because we've been hearing a thing of this and have been so rampant everywhere. But I was optimistic that it will come to reality. Before now, I was unable to own a stand. Before now, I was able to get few important ones, and that have been helping me to work, and at the same time make me own a stand where accessories are being sold. So I thank the federal government for the program.
Hey Charles.
It's so hot, Auntie. You'll get used to it.
Yay!
What's the big deal? It's just a cereal.
Just a cereal? You're talking about something that has helped thousands of Niger farmers provide for their families for decades. This cereal, we have enjoyed it for so long. It's part of our history.
Is that you?
And it's packed with the energy and nutrition that I know my family needs every day. That's why Golden Morn is so special to us. You get it?
Keep enjoying Nigeria's favorite breakfast cereal fortified with Grain Smart, a special combination of iron and vitamins to help your family make every day golden.
I get it now.
Nestle. Good food, good life.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo!
Dialogue, empathy, love, and unity. These are vital components of nation building.
For all to be well, we appeal that we should refrain from volatile, provocative, inciting messages and language.
Let's build and not destroy.
Watching Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. Up next on the program is Newspaper Review.